Hello everybody and welcome to this week's free newsletter from Trade with Precision. My name's Simon Clarke and this week I'm going to be talking about the yen markets, or more specifically 3 yen markets which I'm keeping a close eye on for trading opportunities this week. Now the first one here is Great British Pound against the yen. Now the yen is a particularly weak currency at the moment and there's a number of currency pairs strengthening against it. The Great British Pound is one of them. We can see that we've got a very strong uptrend here on the monthly chart. Again, come down to the weekly, we can see that this sort of 175 level that was resistance for quite a period of time has now acted as support on a couple of occasions, and now we've got a nice bullish momentum, moving averages in the right order, and again nice convergence, agreement with our convergence as well. So if we come down the time frames and take a look at the daily chart, we can see on the daily we've got a lovely bullish momentum uptrend here, moving averages all in the right order. In fact, this is probably a very good example of what we look for optimal chart structure. So there's no extremes of buying and selling here. The market's not overextended from the buy zone here, and it's this nice steady increase in value. So if we come down to the lower time frames, and if I come to the 4-hour chart here, we can see on the 4-hour chart that there's a bit of a level here that's been tested a number of times. It's around the 192. So we can see that the market's found resistance here, it's found resistance, 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 and now it's just broken through the 192 level. We've still got a nice uptrend here on the 4-hour. We've got moving averages in the right order. We've got convergence agreement here with our indicators, and now we've broken through that level. So what I'm looking for here is, if we come down to the lower time frames, you can see I've marked in my 192 level here. I'm just looking for opportunities for pullbacks. Once the market sort of pulls back, if we can get a retracement back to 192, that could be an area where we could start to look for maybe trading opportunities, maybe sort of cluster opportunities or sort of PLTs around this area. Certainly on this sort of lower time frame, we can see that the market's used up a lot of momentum to get through that level, and is certainly starting to look a bit overextended from the moving averages. Now let's take a look at the next market. Now the next market here is Aussie yen, and if we look at the higher time frames here, we can see well, the monthly chart does look a little bit messy, certainly compared to the Great British Pound against the yen, but we have got rising lows. We've got very steady rising lows here, and the market's not overextended. But it gets a little bit more interesting when we start to look at the lower time frames. So the weekly time frame here, we can see that we've got this level around 96,000, which has been resistance, it's been support, and it's now acting as resistance again. But the market's tested this level a couple of times. It's been unable to really sell off from this level, and now it's coming back up and compressing back up against this 96,000 level. We've also got agreement with our indicators as well, and if I just come back to scroll out from here, if we come back to the daily chart, actually we can see our sort of 96 level here in the market. We can see how many times this has been tested, and if I just sort of scroll back in time, we can see that this level is really quite a historical level. It's been tested and it's found resistance and support many times in the past. So if the market breaks through this level, the only other sort of level I can see here is, well, I can see a bit of resistance here around 97. So that's a good 100 points distance, a good 100 points range where we could start to look for trading opportunities on some of these lower time frames. So again, coming down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we've got nice rising lows in the market as the market's now starting to move up towards 96,000. We've also got nice agreement here with our indicators as well. Now let's take a look at the last one, which was Euro Yen. So if we take a look at Euro Yen, again we can see more recently that here on the weekly chart we've got a nice uptrend, we've got higher highs, higher lows, we've got agreement with our indicators too. So we've got rising momentum with this uptrend on the weekly chart too. If I come across to the weekly chart here and scroll out, and we can start to look at some bigger perspective here. So I've marked in this level, it's at 139,000, and we can see how many times this market has tested 139,000. It's found support, it's found resistance. The market's now just broken through 139,000. We've got an uptrend on the weekly, of course, we've got rising momentum as well. So again, starting to look for opportunities above this level. So if I've come down to the daily chart here now, on the daily we've got a nice uptrend in price, nice clear series of higher highs, higher lows, moving averages in the right order, nice convergence on the trend too, and we've got bullish momentum right in the buy zone now. So a bullish candle in the buy zone, just breaking through our 139 level. So again, looking for opportunities above this level means that if I can get a stop underneath it, it just gives me added protection for a technical stop in the market. So again, starting to come down to some of these lower time frames. If we come down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see how precisely this market's tested this level in the past. We've just got the breakout now, so probably sort of coming down to some of these lower levels, maybe sort of 60-minute time frame, 240 time frame, looking for a breakout above this and maybe a pullback to that sort of 139 level, looking for entry opportunities. So there's 3 markets which I'm keeping a close eye on for trading opportunities. But as a trader, one of the things that we need is a trading strategy. Now we know what markets we're looking for, we need decisive trading techniques in order to be able to execute those strategies in the market. So if you want to find out the way that we do it, then come across and take a look at the webinar that we're running this week, which is Trading Strategy Precision Style. So in this this webinar, what we're going to be looking at is some of the techniques that we use to help us trade the markets. We'll also be taking a look at a simple trading strategy and give you the rules on that you can use in pretty much any time frame and any market. So if you want to find out more about how we build trading strategies, then this is the webinar to come and attend. So to find out more about this, come across to the Trade with Precision website, come over to the free webinars tab here. You can then find the webinar here. There's 2 time zones that we're running it in. We've got 8 p.m. Auckland time, 6 p.m. Sydney time, or 9 a.m. London time. Or you can attend 8 p.m. London time, 3 p.m. New York, 5 a.m. Sydney next day, and 7 a.m. Auckland next day. So just register or click on the tab to register for the relevant time zone, and then you can join the webinar free of charge, and you can join us there. Okay, so look forward to speaking to you on the webinar. Hope you found it useful. Bye for now.